Hello! Welcome to Bad at Board Games.
Well, he's bad at board games.
I'm Brad Lake.
I'm Toph Ferguson.
We're bad at board games, so you don't have to be. Today, we're going to be talking about...
The fact that it's December.
Ooh, cold.
I love the cold.
We're not going to be talking about December, though.
We are going to be talking about the month of November, now that November has ended.
Turkey Day.
Yes, Thanksgiving.
Lots of food.
You can see what the priorities are.
Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about our channel statistics. We're going to be talking about our top 5 games that we played in November. Not new games, not old, some old games, a little bit of mix. It's just whatever we found that we enjoyed the most in November. So we'll kick it off with some channel statistics for you. Exciting stuff. So we hit 100,000 views. So I think that's pretty cool. So we've been a channel for a little over a year now. And last month we went from 80,000 all the way up to 100,000 in 1 month, which I thought was pretty awesome. So that was quite a jump, especially for us, 20,000 views. And we are now up to 1,750 subscribers. So thank you very much for those that have joined, and for those that are new to the channel, click that little subscribe and like down there. That would be awesome. Let's see what else we got. Our top 5 videos of the month. I did a top 10 worst value games. So that was basically how expensive was it per play. So I've played it once and it cost me $100 or something like that. Or I think 89 was the worst value game. So it's cost me $89 for one play so far. So I got 2,300 views of that, which was pretty cool. Finally beat out his top 10 solo games. I've stopped putting that on the list because it's always on the top of the month. But I did beat that.
Just number of views of this month.
Yes. He'll be over, 30,000 total with his solo game thing in a few weeks, I think.
That was a fun video. That really was a fun video.
Yeah, people like it.
People like it.
People like it. Our second highest was my Shelf of Shame, which dropped down to 573 views, which is pretty cool. And then let's see. I don't know what that.
Unconscious Minds.
Unconscious Mind. I did a Kickstarter of that, and it's a neat game, but I didn't back it, and I kind of thought it a little bit overpriced, and I think they were kind of saying it's like midweight, and I think it's a little bit more than midweight, and we've got a lot of heavyweight games. I'll just wait till retail to pick that one up. And then Slay the Spire. I'm not gonna back that. That was just go buy the video game. That's my opinion.
I don't know anything about these games because I don't play video games. So other than watching the review and some of that kind of, or the videos you've made, and that's about all I know.
So, but a lot of hype around those. A lot of people did back them, but I just was not one of them. So
fair enough.
50-50 kind of thing. So we got 15 videos out this month, which was quite a few. So we've enjoyed it. We like sitting down and talking to you guys and sitting here laughing. I put a video up that you guys aren't allowed to see. Behind the scenes where we're just sitting there laughing because we look like idiots.
Brad pretty much abuses me. It is what happens.
Right.
On a regular basis, that's what happens. Yeah. I have the things I put up with.
But it was funny. But so top 5 games that we played this month. What was your top number 5?
Yes, my number 5. Actually, I know without looking at this. My top 5 is actually starting to clear off some of the games from my Shelf of Shame, which I know that I have not done a video yet.
We'll get into. Comment down below. You want to see all his unplayed games
that are on my Shelf of Shame. But pulled out an old game. It's a game that I had not yet played, so I'm excited to finally have played it, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. Kind of medium weight engine builder, and that is Race for the Galaxy.
That was kind of a cool game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
It's been on the shelf for quite a while, so I'm glad we pulled that one off and figured it out. So.
Very cool. My number 5 was Dead of Winter. He's had that, played it a lot, and we finally got to bring it to the group. Just have time to actually, between all the other stuff. So I enjoyed that. It was very interesting with the whole survivor, hidden traitor, which I like. I had a nice time. So we all died. And he was a traitor again.
It happens. It's funny because I do not like being the traitor typically.
The one guy that doesn't like the traitor.
And I'm always given the traitor role, but it was good. You know, it was nice. This was going to be on my list, so I'm glad you put it on your list. We were able to teach it to some new members of our teach it to players of our gaming group that had not yet played it. And then there were some of us that have played it many, many times. And so it was kind of a good mix of people coming into the game and figuring out and laughing like we always do at game night. So
yeah, and it's nice to be able to have the whole group playing a game instead of having to split up to 2 tables, which is always fun.
Yeah.
So not a lot of games that you can have a bigger group on, but that one was a good one.
I forget how many we had for that.
We maxed out whatever it was.
Whatever the max was. Yeah.
Yeah. So
awesome.
But that was good. My number 4, and this will probably be on my top 5 for many months. We'll see. Or I'll have to just kick it off and be like, yeah, it's still on my list.
Kind of like he does with my solo video.
Yeah. Marvel Champions. I'm gonna have a century worth of plays on that game by the end of this month. The way I'm going, and I keep enjoying it. I like the different villains that you can play and the different heroes that you can play against them, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm spending quite a bit of money on it at the same time, but I'm getting my money out of it because I play it so often.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Those living card games, they suck you into them, and expansions are expensive.
Yeah. Well, yours are, but like the problem with Marvel Champions is like, oh, that's like $15. I go get that hero, and then you start adding up all the heroes you bought like every week. If you can nickel and dime yourself to a lot.
Yeah, if I was doing the old cycle of Arkham, then it would be about the same because you buy the 1 base expansion and then you've got 6 Mythos packs and they're all $15 a piece. But I got into Arkham Horror late, so now I'm buying the new series of the cycles, which is all the investigators and all the scenarios in a packaged box, which I think it's a little bit cheaper in the long run than buying everything, but you have to buy it all at one time. So yeah, great game. I haven't gotten into Marvel Champions yet. I need to give it a try just to see. You like it so much. I want to try it just to see what the hype is on it. I don't know if it'll be something that I want to continue playing, but maybe it will, which would be terrible because I don't want to buy it. But you never know.
Yeah. Well, and I've said this before. The reason I play Marvel Champions so much is I play it at lunch. So, and the longest game I'll have is an hour, and quickest game I'll have is about 20 minutes. So in that amount of time, I can sit there and play a game, and I enjoy playing games. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, not too bad. So what's your number 3?
How about my number 4 first?
Your number 4? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Just skip me.
Did I jump ahead of you?
You did.
Sorry.
See, these are the things I put up with. My number 4 is another one off the shelf of shame. And it's one that we've talked about for a while. I thought you would absolutely not like it at all because it's a bag builder and somebody likes to complain and trash on bag builders. And that is Orleans. So excited to be able to pull that out, learn that one, play that one. It's been sitting, goodness gracious, when did I buy it? A long time ago.
This year, though.
Yeah, I bought it this year, but still, I mean, it's been months and months that it's been sitting on that shelf. So I'm glad to finally be able to play that. And we enjoyed it. I completely smashed Brad into the ground on the first game, and then he destroyed me on the second game. So, pretty evenly matched in that regard. But I enjoyed it a lot. It's a lighter weight game than I was expecting. I was planning for something that would be a lot heavier, something at least into the medium to heavyweight. I didn't think it was a heavyweight game. Right. But it
medium
ended up
plus.
being medium plus. It ended up being on the definitely lighter side of medium. But I enjoyed it, and it was fun.
And we got 2 games in. So that's the nice thing about Orleans is, I mean, we played 2 games in 2 hours.
And we learned it.
And played 2 games in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when you can have games like that, I mean, it's kind of fiddly getting it out, but
yeah, I definitely need box storage for it.
Yeah, but we didn't. After you have it out, you might as well play it a second time, and you get to do some simultaneous stuff, so it helps it move a little bit quicker. So if you haven't played it, it is definitely worth the look. I think it's a little bit on the high side price wise. It's over $50.
It is, but there's a lot in the box. Yeah. I mean, the box is not very big. It's a smaller size. It's smaller than the standard board game size box, but it is full to the brim. So especially I have one of the expansions with it as well. We didn't play that, but having that in there as well, that box is slammed full of cardboard. So I mean, there's a lot to it. I think it's worth the cost. I think it's worth the cost. Now, will the value be there depending on how many times we play it? Maybe, maybe not. I can see it being something that I bring out to multiple different groups because it's not overly heavyweight and because we did play it so quickly. You can either use it in between bigger games or have a night of playing several times. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I've got it. I was nervous because there's been some hit or miss reviews, and I was nervous that you wouldn't like it, but it seemed like you liked it enough that we'll keep playing it. So
yeah, I did like it. And that's your number 4?
That's my number 4.
Right. So my number 3, we did a review. If you want to click up here on Resurgence, I like that game. I mean, it's another one of these. We have so many long, complex games. It's just nice to have a few games that we can play in about an hour, and still feel thinky without, taking 40 minutes or 30 minutes to set up and blah, 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 blah. So we played Resurgence. I like it. I want to play it again. I want to bring it. I want to try it at 3 and 4 players because we've just had chances to play it a few times at 2. And I think it's going to get a lot tighter because you're going to have to pay more resources because you're going to have the boards going to fill up a lot faster. So that's going to make it kind of interesting. It's already tight at 2. Maybe my favorite play count. I don't know, but 3 and 4 is going to be interesting. So that's my number 3. How about you?
Yeah, my number 3 is. All right. My number 3 is a game we just played. It barely made it into November, but played on the last day of November as our gaming group, and that was Shadows over Camelot. Another game I had not yet played. I am so glad that we were able to play it. I had a lot more fun in that game than I thought I would. Once again, I was the traitor.
And Derek said it's like OG hidden traitor game. I don't know how. I'm sure it's not the original, but it was like 2012.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Don't go look for it. Like, it's out of print, and like you'd have to spend $300 and some to buy this game. But Derek buys a lot of games and Kickstarter a lot of games, still does. And
yeah, he's got a pretty good game collection. Yeah. And he brought it over. I'm glad that's what we played. I think had I looked into it too much beforehand, I probably wouldn't have been so excited, but I knew there's been a lot of talk about it over the years. Just people have really liked it. So that's kind of a benefit. Usually if a lot of people are liking it, I'm going into it with a much better attitude. And then I thought for certain I wouldn't be the traitor again, because I have been for the last several games that we have played. I've been the traitor. And sure enough, this person right here immediately, no matter what, is going to accuse me of being a traitor. A couple of people thought I was. I tried to play it out. I think I did confuse a handful of people, but they ended up accusing me in the last turn of the game. Well, second to last turn of the game. And then it was my turn to start, and I was able to destroy Camelot. So I won.
Yeah, it was good. The traitors were going to win. The game was going horribly for everybody. I died. I got eliminated like 20 minutes into the game. Yeah. I sat there and sleeved Marvel Champions. Yeah. But yeah, it's a tough game. But I enjoyed it. I mean, even though I sat there, Aisha and she helped me sleeve cards because we both
died at the same
time. But
the other traitor actually, I think, is the reason why you guys died. He pulled, must have been one of the dark cards.
It was one of the queen. It was like one of the witches or something.
Yeah.
So everybody took a one health, and I only had one left because you can pay health to not do bad things.
Yep.
And so I'd done that a couple times, and that was it.
So fitting that the other traitor, who was completely under nobody's radar as being a traitor the entire game.
Well,
well, you may have thought.
Yeah.
But the rest of us did not. I didn't even think he was. I mean, of everybody, I was like, oh, that's not who it is. But it ended up, it was fun. I feel like I made a couple fun moves where I acted like I was doing something good, and then I purposely chose not to advance a mission. And I don't think anybody suspected me from a couple of those moves. But it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to play it again.
Yeah, I'm looking for. And it's another one that all of us were able to play. I think 8 of us.
It plays up to 8.
Yeah, the whole.
But with one of the expansions, it plays up to 8.
Yeah, so we played up to 8, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, And that was your number 3?
That was my number 3.
Number 3. So my number 2 is Skymines. Right back there. And maybe by the time, well, this is going to go up before that review, but there will be a review of Skymines. It's going to be a couple days after this one. So stick around for that. And hopefully you enjoy it. I like it. So spoilers for those of you who watch this, you'll know I like that one already, but you'll want to find out what did I rate it at. So I enjoyed it. It's a long game. Like there was 3 of us. We played 3 hours. It didn't feel like it.
No, it did not.
I'm really surprised that 3-hour game. It felt hour and a half. I don't know. It felt quick.
Yeah, it definitely did not feel like 3 hours.
No. And, I'm sure that's, Ashby hadn't played it all the way through. I don't think you'd played it fully yet.
Not completely. I don't think Ashby had played it at all.
Yeah, Ashby hadn't played it all. So it's 3 hours with, a couple people that hadn't really played the whole game, and Ashby hadn't even touched it yet. So, so take that under consideration. But I liked it. So it is a bit of an economic game, ish.
It is.
So you're like scoring with stocks and things like that. So just be aware of that. But I like it.
There's a lot going on. It's definitely on the heavier weight side. The designer has done other great games. One
Alexander
of which is
Pfister
top
is
of your list. Yeah,
he's definitely one of my favorite designers for sure. So I liked it. That's my number 2. And what's your number 2?
My number 2 is a game that I've been playing solo quite a bit lately, and that is Spirit Island. I have fallen in love with this game. Yeah. It's fantastic. Ashby had brought it and taught us how to play it a while back. I debated, and I've gotten more into a diversity of solo games, and that's thanks to that solo video that I put out. You guys have actually recommended so many different games. So if I redid my top 10 solo videos or solo games, they'd be a completely different list. Spirit Island, I was like, yeah, that's a good game. I think it would play well solo. I don't think it's one that I would pull out and ever play solo. And then I saw a good deal on it, so I picked it up and immediately was like, this is amazing. Like it may play better solo than with it. I don't think it does, but I'm almost enjoying it more solo than I did when we all played it together. It's fantastic. And then I ended up picking up Horizons of Spirit Island from Target, which I think is only currently exclusively at Target. Lighter weight spirits, but it's the exact same game. I don't know if it's necessarily needed. I'm not at a point where I need to get expansions for Spirit Island yet because I haven't played it that much. But it is, I did pick up Branch and Claw, so I do have that, which some say adds the second half of the game, the base game, into it. But I'm enjoying it. It's been one to be able to pull out. Usually I'll pull it out and play 2 games at a time, and that'll be my evening. I'll play 1 and then we'll die. I've actually won quite a bit of them, but I've also lost several of them. And then I'll immediately reset and pick a new spirit and play it again. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's my number 2.
With the Target version, at least you would be able to check it out for less money.
It's a lot, yes.
Easier spirits. It's a hard game, right? And you have easier spirits that you can play.
Yeah,
at less money
to make it more accessible. Instead of some of the figures, you still have the invaders and the towns and the cities, just like you do in the standard Spirit Island base game. But you don't have the wooden Dahan. You have cardboard chits. The plastic blight tokens are cardboard chits. Everything is cheaper in terms of the production value. But honestly, it doesn't take away from the game. I thought it would. I like to upgrade and deluxify my games. I thought it would take it away, and it didn't at all. The spirits are all at the lower level, which you also have the same level of spirits in Spirit Island. So you're not getting like a beginner game necessarily, but it is a little bit more accessible, and it would be a little bit easier to teach if everybody is playing the lower weight spirits. The spirits play into the other game as well, so eventually I might combine it all together. I don't know. As of right now, I have not yet, but Spirit Island, I've really enjoyed it. It is not easy. It is not easy at all. It's a thinker. I can't turn on TV and watch something paying attention to that while I'm playing this game. Like, I'm playing the game and I'm enjoying it. Yep.
Nice. So that's your number 2.
Yep.
And my number 1 is one of my top games. And I realized after my worst value games, because was it up there? I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, was it on the list?
It was on my top 10 list because it was, it's $150 some game. hadn't played it enough to drop it off the list, but now I have. It's not on my top 10 anymore. We played Nemesis again. We played it at 5 players, and that's kind of, I really enjoy 5. We even played a 6-player when we had 6. We just said, heck with it, we're gonna do it. It didn't change the game. It really didn't. So just meant somebody couldn't go have an objective to go kill number 6, but but that was it. I really enjoyed it. So did we win? Oh, I did win. I did. Alex and I.
Some of us won. I think
you died.
3 won and two of us died. Yeah, I died. Yeah. I died.
You were the first out, but it was toward the end.
Yeah. Well, there was still a good hour plus of the game.
Yeah.
Because I sat around. Oh yeah, it was. I sat around for quite a while afterwards while y'all were playing. Yeah. But it was still fun. I mean, I enjoyed watching you all play.
You tried to go for the quick exit. Isn't that where you're trying to get to the escape pods early?
Yeah, well, my objective, my objective was to either kill Alex or kill everybody else on the ship but me. So that was what I had to do. Again, traitor mentality kind of. But I forget what ended up happening. I remember
you moved away from everybody toward the engines, I think. And you said that you were going to try to get into the escape pod.
Because if I got in the escape pod, then there was possibility that I could have won. I wouldn't have, because I think Alex ended up getting off the ship.
So did I.
Yeah, I think it was just the 2 of you that got off the ship. Maybe 3 of you. I know 2 of us died. So
yeah, Jamon died right at the end too.
It was good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it more every time I play it. I see why you enjoy it so much.
It's just fun. It's like playing a board. It's like being in your own movie. Honestly, it's just kind of that experience.
I can't believe you won because you were on.
Oh, death. I spent half the game just trying not to die because I was like, oh, I got hit here and I have 1 wound. I don't know. It was the first half of the game was really just because I got hurt bad right at the beginning, and I was just trying to go back and forth from med bay to surgery to wherever, and
and there was
bad guy would spawn and I couldn't get there. Then we had to move him. I mean, but that was the first half of my game was just trying to move and heal myself.
And I came to his rescue. Actually,
you did. Everybody, we were all playing pretty well together, and then and we did I think we were playing well all the way, and then he like I said, he tried to scapegoat
if I could just get to one of those escape pods. But
that was kind of fun. So that's my number 1. What is your number 1?
Yeah, my number 1 is culmination of a year's worth of almost death. We finally finished Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Yep. And I love Pandemic. If you've been watching the channel, if you've been with us for a while, you know I talk about Pandemic all the time. I love Pandemic. I really do. We finally opened up another one of myself a shame. I had it for quite a while. Legacy Season 1. We've been playing it not quite a year, but I think we started in maybe February, March, somewhere around there. So we've been playing it for the greater part of 2022, and it was fantastic. It was so thematic. Brad actually liked it. Brad doesn't like Pandemic. He actually enjoyed it.
Click up here and you can see our review.
Yeah, we put a little review of it. Kind of had to redo the review because somebody doesn't know how to set up the technology right for a YouTube channel. I
still had it at 120 frames per second. It had nothing to do with technology.
Just user error. That's
Yep.
But the game itself was great. I enjoyed it all the way through. We had some very challenging months, like July. But overall, I feel like we did a pretty good job. I feel like we won the end of the game, and we were kind of in the middle in terms of the scoring of kind of ranking how well you did at the end of it. But we were able to especially play December so efficiently, and it was a great way to finish the game. So
last month was almost a breeze. It was crazy.
Yeah, we ended what would have been November in the game on a path towards our December goals without knowing what December was going to be. So we did pretty well with that. So
that was good. But all in all, it was a really fun month. Got a lot of games in. I didn't normally tell you how many games. I got well over my 30 games in one a day. I don't know if I was 40 or more, but yeah, I looked at it. I could stop playing games for this year and have gotten over 365. I'm already over a year's worth of games this year. So I've met my goal. So now I'm just trying to see if I can crush it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to set some monthly goals next year. I did not do that this year. I did not play 30 games. I have recorded 19 plays, 13 unique games. I did not have any other unique games thrown in, but I do have more plays of some of those. Well, actually, no, there may have been. What is it? My Arkham Horror Elder Sign. I did play Elder Sign. I did not record that. I don't always record my solo gameplays, which is, for me, loving stats, not a good thing. I should put those in, but sometimes I just get carried away playing them and then put it away and go to bed, and that's the end of it. So, yeah. So I've got more plays of that in Spirit Island that are not recorded.
So I hope you enjoyed this, and no matter how you play, whether you're playing solo, with family, or friends,
enjoy whatever games you are bringing to the table.
Have a great night.